It is the final weekend of the USL Championship regular season and the final match of the year here at Cheney Stadium in Tacoma, Washington, where tonight, Tacoma Defiance plays host to Austin Bold FC. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN+. I'm Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark. Dave, Tacoma not in the playoffs. Austin Bold guaranteed the playoffs, but their positioning, they're currently, well, they started the day in 8th place. Still plenty of wiggle room.
Yeah, it's a huge match for Austin Bold FC. If they want to avoid the play-in round, they've got to win tonight, and they're going to follow the scoreboard to see what happens. They can finish as high as 6th. So it's going to be very important for them. They're going to come into this wanting a win and watching the scoreboard.
Obviously, that LA Galaxy 2 El Paso Locomotive FC match that kicks off at the same time as our match here. The big one for them to watch, but of course they still have to get it done on the pitch, and they'll be relying on Andre Lima to do just that.
Yeah, Andre Lima has a goal in each of the past 4 games. He's been on fire lately. He's picking up that attacking prowess that's needed. 12 goals on the season. Stopping him is going to be key for Tacoma Defiance to continue their 4-match unbeaten streak.
Well, and who better to stop a forward who's on a hot streak than a goalkeeper who put in a stellar performance. Trey Muse just stood on his head down at New Mexico United on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's possible that all 4 Save of the Week nominees could be Trey Muse's just for 8 seconds of play. What he did against New Mexico United was incredible. It made SportsCenter, and it's worth taking your 15 seconds of your life just to watch again.
Absolutely. And of course, as Tacoma is wrapping up the end of their season, obviously 90 minutes separate them from the offseason. What do they want to accomplish in this last match, match day 34?
Well, they're building on that unbeaten streak. They're building on progress that they've seen in the second half. Outside of that 12-match winless run there at the early season, they've actually played well, and if they build forward on that, 2020 could be a great season.
Well, there will be an awful lot to keep your eyes on. We'll keep you updated with everything that's going on. Don't go away. Kickoff between Tacoma Defiance and Austin Bold FC coming up next on ESPN+. Welcome back into Cheney Stadium, moments away from kickoff between Tacoma Defiance and Austin Bold FC. It's time now for our multi-care pre-match health report. Denzo Ulysses, the lone player unavailable for Defiance tonight, with that stress fracture in his left leg. He is a loss, but Anthony Burke-Gilroy will slot in for him at the right back slot. More on that in a moment. Let's meet the starting 11 up first for Austin Bold FC. And obviously, Andre Lima draws attention, but there is some real talent in that attacking band.
Yeah, it's definitely a powerful attacking band there for Austin Bold FC. And a couple familiar names that you'll see along that back line as well. Amobi Akugo out on the flank. Lima, Atuhime, and Twasne will be a challenge for Tacoma Defiance.
Also worth noting that Kleber, their second leading scorer, unavailable tonight. He was sent off late on in the 2-2 draw on Wednesday night against Real Monarchs. Let's meet the starting 11 for Tacoma Defiance. Well, we pointed out Trey Muse in goal, but he's got a solid back line in front of him, Dave.
Yeah, it's a familiar back line. Sam Rogers and Ever Rubio did excellent work against New Mexico United in the midweek match. And then Nick Hines and Anthony Burke-Gilroy are two that will get forward frequently. And Buana is starting in that attacking band, a visitor from Seattle Sounders FC down on loan today.
Justin Dillon, another visitor down from Sounders FC, scored the only goal for Tacoma Defiance in the first ever meeting between these two clubs back on June 15th. That match ended in a 1-1 draw. Your referee is Malik Badawi. Assistant referees Babacar Jallo and Stephen McGonigal. The fourth official is Taylor Vance. We're just about set to go here. Austin Bold going to the playoffs, but there's so much in flux for them this evening, as it's been kind of that way in the standings all day, Dave. Teams going up, teams going down, and everyone wondering if they're going to finish in one of those 7 through 10 spots that necessitates a play-in game.
Yeah, and with the live standings right now, there's an update. Austin Bold currently in 7th. So things are going well. Obviously, the live stands at USLChampionship.com, league standings, will let you know. That's counting Austin Bold with the draw right now. If they get a win, they can finish 6th. They're going to be paying a lot of attention to the El Paso Locomotive Los Dos result.
Absolutely, that match just about scheduled to get underway. We'll try to provide updates as we are given them here in the booth, but we'll keep our eyes on the pitch, as this should be a pretty exciting night itself. Tacoma Defiance in black tops with the white shorts will move from right to left on your screen here in the first half. Austin Bold in white with blue trim going back the other way. And there is Buana. Just one goal so far this season in his time down here with Tacoma. And at times there's been kind of an inclination to suggest that he hasn't really taken over matches the way that he would be expected to for a player of his quality when he comes down from Sounders. We are underway. Tacoma Defiance back here. Needed just 7 minutes to bag that opening goal, courtesy of Azriel Gonzalez on Wednesday against New Mexico United. Of course, Dave, they gave up the equalizer not long after.
Yeah, that one turned into a stiff contest, and Defiance had to bend and then continue bending. And eventually saved the point through Trey Muse's incredible work.
And certainly they'd love to end the season on the note of form like they had here last Saturday in that dramatic 2-0 win over Colorado Springs Switchbacks. Although if we were to speak to Chris Little about it, Tacoma manager, I'm sure he'd love for them not to wait so late. Here's Hines up the left side, an early cross in, deflected back as far as Dillon. He's going to go for the volley. It's blocked at the point of attack and played out. Picked away at the near side. Swung in from Anthony Burke-Gilroy. And Buana. And Buana's turned it over. Here's the speed here from Francis Atwa-Ene. Back to Ima Tumasi. Tumasi and Atwa-Ene, two players in on loan from FC Dallas. Of course, FC Dallas's season ended just this afternoon by Seattle Sounders FC, a parent club of Tacoma Defiance. Dave, you and I both were at that match and then had a congested commute down I-5 to get here for this fixture this evening. Been an exciting afternoon of soccer.
Sam Rogers sending it backwards just to reset Tacoma Defiance. I guess some players were not quite where he expected them to be.
Rubio Gone over the top looking for Dillon. And that ball spilled by the Colombian keeper, Juan Ramirez. I think he was expecting an offside flag against Dillon, and it didn't come. Here's Saramutin. Now reset back to Edson Brofheid. Testing the far side. Can't get the connection they want there. Here's Baez. Lima. Working it back to Akugo. And Tacoma getting it out toward midfield. Dillon finds the ball on the lap of Jermaine Taylor. And Taylor, who spent last season with Minnesota United, does enough to win the throw-in for his side.
Defiance were lucky there. They had the unforced error. Baez just pounced on that ball.
Buana thought about drifting forward. Tried to lay it back to Daly. It's turned over once more, this time to Lima. Long searching ball. And Atwa Ene forces enough pressure to win the throw-in. Brofheid. Gone up toward Lima. Turned here by Chris Hagart. And he's laid it down the line and picked up Buana. Buana rolls that cross in. It's knocked away. Gets beyond Dillon. Saramutin looking to dribble it clear. And Akugo pushes to the near side for Baez. Here's DeMar Phillips. Hagart up to Daly.
The last few times Handwala Buana's been with Defiance, he's played centrally. So this would be a different challenge for him to see how much he's picked up as being a winger in Chris Little's system.
Starting tonight over Shannon Hopiau. Hopiau, Tacoma's goal-scoring option from the bench. 5 goals for him this year. Austin Bold, meanwhile, has Chris Turpak in reserve. 8 goals, 4 assists. Buana plays that in, trying to find Daly. And DeMar Phillips puts it out for the throw. Can't quite manage to knock it off a Tacoma player. Daly closed down from behind here, goes wide for Buana. Phillips out to close. Buana, a touch toward the end line, gets around Phillips. Buana thinking about going for goal himself. That one rattles around and goes out for a corner.
That was a nifty little dribble by Buana. If you look here on the replay, he sets Phillips up perfectly. And here he makes the choice to drive in. Kind of caught the ball out in front of him, gets lucky to earn the corner there. Kind of prefer him to either pass or shoot in those opportunities.
Danny Robles plays the short corner out to Hagart. Back to an onside Robles. Robles driving in. It's straight into the hands of Ramirez. Danny Robles, another player worth mentioning. Wasn't on the pitch for very long last Saturday for Tacoma Defiance, but wound up having a major impact, Dave.
Yeah, anytime that you can come on essentially in extra time and get both a goal and an assist in just those few minutes, you've done well for your squad.
Hines dances in, his pass just beyond the reach of his teammates, and now they find Lima on the outlet. He looks to switch into space. They find Tomasi. Tomasi rounds his defender, lays in the cross there. A sliding challenge blocks the shot. And the follow-up deflected away. Baez. Sean McFarland. McFarland's cross, and Trey Muse calling everyone off. Rogers looking for Dillon over the top. He's onside. Not much room to go, though. Holds the ball in. It's under a great deal of pressure along the touchline and can't hold it in. Just muscled off the ball by Edson Brofheid, the Dutch center back.
Either Burt Gilroy or Buana needs to go over there and get him support earlier so that he can find a way to just flick it to one of his own men.
Saramutin going to claim that ball came off his shoulder. Malik Badawi, our center referee, saw things differently. Quick restart to Hines. Gonzalez. Hines going for the overlap. Gonzalez cuts inside and drops it back to Hagart. Hines. Daly under pressure from Okugo. Switch over to Hines. And this time it is Hines' turn to handle the ball. Ramirez out to midfield after the back pass. Won cleanly by Tacoma. Daly up to Buana. Phillips sticks a foot in, can't quite get it away from him. Phillips will be a good challenge tonight for Hendwalla Buana. Spent last year with Real Salt Lake. Rubio finds Hines. Nick Hines tries to flip that ball through. The return hit beyond him. Ene gets the ball over to Tomasi, and Tomasi going to carry forward through some challenges. He finds Phillips out wide. Advantage played by the referee. A big switch to the far side. Drop back by Lima. He finds Baez. Closed down, back to Lima. Calling for the overlapping run from McFarland. And Robles gets a foot in time. Okugo able to recover, and he'll reset. Saramutin. Okugo. Baez turns. Now Lima. One more for McFarland. His cross to the back post. Free header. But it's gone high.
think the only person that didn't know that Andre Lima wanted that run was his own player.
Back underway from Muse. Robles. They're going to poke it through for Dillon here. They've overhit it. Ramirez out to greet it. Hager tries to spin under pressure. Instead, it'll be Austin's ball, and they play it too long into the hands of center back and captain Sam Rogers for Defiance. Challenge along the near sideline, puts the ball out of play. Hines will take the throw. Phillips gets the ball first, manages to get it away. Buana's gone down and is slow to get up. Helped back to his feet by Tomasi. Here's another look at it, Dave.
It's a good little pivot move there by Dillon, and nothing untoward, but it looks like Phillips kind of put a knee into the back of his thigh as he was getting up.
Rubio going to probe the back line. Here's Hagart. One away by Austin. Atwa Ene surging forward. He's looking at Tomasi. A through ball here. And Trey Muse off his line grabs it right off the feet of Javier Baez.
Strong communication between Muse and Hines there. I don't know if that would have happened earlier in the season, and it's possible Hines would have collided with his own keeper or tried to play that ball, preventing the keeper from being able to pick it up.
The switch now for Hines. Austin tracking back. Little leave there for Dillon. Return, Robles trying to get it up to Daly. Daly's gone down. And Austin Bold will send it downfield. Andre Lima drawing the free kick off of Azriel Gonzalez there.
So far with Defiance, we've seen much more defined roles from their three midfielders. Hager is deeper, Jesse Daly's is the 8, and Robles is a clear number 10 tonight.
Tomasi in a spot of bother. He's turned it over to Buana, but Buana's first touch too large, straight back to DeMar Phillips. Okugo wants McFarland to the near side. Finds him. McFarland has a bit of trouble with it. Worth noting to those of you tuning in that we are seeing lightning strikes. More on that in a moment. Justin Dillon slides this ball inside. Once more, it's found Buana. Buana turns to his right. He could be through. And he puts the shot right at Ramirez. Juan Ramirez covering it up to the right post. Azriel Gonzalez, you see the hands on the head there.
Dillon with a great little pass. Gonzalez spins around. Buana alertly gives himself space, but probably could have sent that across because he had two runners.
So a chance there in the 18th minute for Tacoma Defiance. We'll see what Austin Bold can do, having narrowly averted giving up the opening goal. McFarland drops a ball in. Trey Muse catches it out of the air. Just to finish up that thought that we were pulled away from by that last Tacoma chance. Here's another. Buana this time. He has Dillon inside. Instead, he cuts it back toward Robles. Phillips is there. He lays it back. And Brofheid does enough to send it downfield. Buana. Back for Hagart. Robles. Robles for Dillon. Can't bring it down. Jermaine Taylor pushes it to Baez. And Sarah Mouton going up to Atwa Ene. Tacoma has it back.
Strong cutout by Hagart, just 17 years old in his 6th professional match.
Now here's Buana once more. His cross this time comes behind Dillon, but it will be turned in! Azriel Gonzalez at the back post has scored his 4th goal of the season, and Tacoma leads in the 21st.
A great ball forward. You see Buana flick it through. It's behind Dillon, and Azriel Gonzalez just pounces on it with the late run. His return from injury has been stunning. Now with 4 goals and 3 assists on the year, and most all of that's been in the last month.
Well, you know, what's the old saying? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Here's another look at it. How about this ball in from Buana? Turned by Robles, sent down line, but it's behind Azriel Gonzalez. Okay, now I feel safe enough to try to wrap up that point we tried to make twice before that were cut out by attacks. There are lightning strikes in the region. I wouldn't exactly say the area from looking at the lightning map. We'll keep an eye on that as well and try to keep you updated, but obviously neither of these teams wants a weather delay in this game.
Sarah Mouton. Going far side. McFarland tries to lift himself over Hines, puts a shoulder in, and has given away a free kick in the process of doing so. Well, Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Just kind of an unusual circumstance for Tacoma this season, Dave. They scored the opening goal, and they've been playing well here in these opening minutes. So often it's kind of been late in games, or they've given up quick equalizers, letting their opponents back into it.
I kind of like that they've slowed the pace down a little bit. It lets them rest on that lead for a moment, gather their thoughts rather than in the past the over celebration and the comfort gives way to another goal.
Daly with it here. Goes back to Burt Gilroy. Into the middle, Okugo wins the ball away. Lima picks his head up, but he's quickly stood up by Danny Robles. This ball here looking for Dillon, and Justin Dillon, quicker than a man you would expect 6'4" to be, but not that quick.
And here you see Defiance are setting up to defend this fairly deep throw. They want to get that turnover deep so they can get right back into the attack.
McFarland left that ball in space there. Gonzalez gets it away from him, holds it in along the near touchline. And he's dragged down, giving away a free kick. That whole sequence really kind of started because Sean McFarland had a tough time handling the cross from Amobi Okugo. Rogers wanted to go through, might still fall for Burt Gilroy. He's tied up with Tomasi, who puts a shoulder into him. He's gone down, free kick given. And Tomasi gonna get a talking to here. I'm not sure Tomasi had to make that foul, Dave. I think he had the edge on the ball.
He definitely had the edge on the ball. It was just kind of a frustration shove, I would think. And I think Burt Gilroy, we'll check on the replay we're about to see. Burt Gilroy might have tapped it back off of Tomasi in the end anyway. Oh no, it's trailing Burt Gilroy's leg. But yeah, Tomasi just seemed to lose control of himself. A little frustration foul.
Dangerous free kick opportunity here. Robles, basically a corner kick plus about 3 yards in from that far touchline. Robles, it's a low ball in, rather easily dealt with in the end by Austin.
Defiance will move just slow enough so that Sam Rogers and Ever Rubio can get back into their normal roles.
Sarah Mouton. Daly. Buana goes in the middle for Robles. Robles wasn't expecting that ball. And that can be one of the challenges of trying to integrate players on Major League Soccer contracts in on these short-term loan agreements. don't always get a chance to really train together that much during the week. Gonzalez here. Tried the underlap, if you will, to Hines. He gets the cross away. And that gone out for a goal kick. The road to the 2019 USL Championship final begins next week with the play-in games, Wednesday, October 23rd, followed by a full slate of conference quarterfinals beginning Saturday, October 26th. For specific match dates and times, visit USLChampionship.com and tune in for every minute of playoff action on ESPN+. And of course, as it sits right now, Dave, Austin Bold looking at being involved in one of those play-in games. Not only is it 1-0 in favor of Tacoma Defiance here, but LA Galaxy 2 leading 1-0 over El Paso Locomotive. Of course, that result actually favors Austin Bold if they wind up being able to pick up a win here tonight. Gonzalez turns, fights his way through here, and is said to have fouled Sean McFarland in the process. Didn't see too much in it, but we don't exactly have the best angle. Referee had a better look than we did.
McFarland expected that call quite early because he just released Gonzalez, so he either knew something was coming or he's giving up on his keeper.
That is a very risky proposition as an outside back, so he must have known that there was something egregious. Sodermutin, it's nicked away and held in by Hines. Hines finds Daly. Gone forward for Dillon. Dillon staring down Phillips and closed down by Atwaene. Hagart turns back under pressure and Tacoma Defiance will recycle. Wide once more for Hines. Lifted cross, that's got beyond Dillon. It's gone beyond everyone, in fact. And is smashed away by DeMar Phillips.
It was a poor choice by Phillips there. He had no pressure on him and just cleared it out, letting Defiance continue to bring the ball forward.
Lifted over the top to Mossy. Can't beat Burt Gilroy. And Justin Dillon, little too rough with Edson Brofheid. Well, over a half hour gone. Tacoma Defiance leading 1-0. And Dave, so far Defiance have been giving Austin a bit of a game here.
Yeah, not only are Defiance controlling possession 55 to 45, but most of that possession is essentially 20 to 40 yards away from Austin's goal.
What a run there from Atwaene to hold that ball in along the far side. And he's won a corner. Austin has a very distinct size advantage over Tacoma on a man-for-man basis. You have to think this situation favors them.
And it's interesting, Defiance are not bringing back extra bodies. They do have 3 out, able to run on a counter.
Andre Lima going to get the customary talking to from Malik Badawi, the center referee.
I feel like those conversations happen about 80% of the time.
I almost feel like you could just give the pregame briefing. All right, who's going to be standing in front of the keeper? Cross from Baez. Low ball into the near post. Lifted away by Daly. Phillips riding off the challenge from Buona. Finds Tomasi. And Austin Bold FC retains possession. Baez. Okugo tried to get it back to Atwa Ene. Instead, Tacoma has it back to Trey Muse. Rubio looking for the longer ball. That results in a turnover to Brofhide. Phillips. Baez. Saramutin. Tomasi. The overlapping run. McFarland's cross. Headed away by Rubio. Okugo finds Phillips. Phillips from long range. That one rolls off the outside of his foot. Gone out for a goal kick. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce that the Championship and League One will continue to be will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus.
Earlier today on ESPN Plus, you could watch the USL League One final, the first in that league's history, North Texas taking the title.
Baez floating this ball in for Lima. He heads it down. Cleared away by Tacoma. Well, Austin Bold has had just about all the response you could hope for since conceding, except for, of course, actually grabbing that equalizing goal. They've been putting this Tacoma side under pressure. Gonzalez in for Daly. Robles finds Daly. Not much room for Jesse Daly here. He's looking to draw a free kick at this point. Won't get it, but will get the throw-in. Turned over to Baez. Ball look inside. Akugo. To Mossy, it's overhit for him. But he has Hines under pressure, and Hines has gone down a little bit theatrically there, but seemed to be enough for the free kick.
Hines might have been bailed out on that one.
You can just see Chris Little, Tacoma Defiance manager, there at the right edge of your screen, trying to convince his players to open up a little bit more, see the field. They have been getting hemmed in these last couple minutes by Austin Bold. And Justin Dillon's won a free kick right around midfield. Going to take a moment to collect himself. Robles out of pressure. He and Sarah Mouton go in shoulder to shoulder for the ball. Robles comes away with it. It's with Hines. He'll carry forward. Ball looking for Buana. Slide tackle from Phillips gets it away from him. And Baez drawing the free kick off of Gonzalez there. Clever ball from Taylor going down the line. Robles gets the ball. Advantage wasn't developing. It's brought back for a free kick. And Gonzalez has a free kick. Not allowed to take it from 10 yards forward, though.
You might be able to get away with that when it's nowhere near the center line. That white line, when it happens when the foul's on one side, you generally don't get to take the kick on the other.
Rogers, well-worked ball from Daly to Robles, going to slide it through here for Gonzalez, who's onside. Gonzalez now goes wide for Hines. The cutback cross. Robles trips that over the top. A parry from Ramirez. It's still loose and is cleared away by Phillips. Well, of all the things that Danny Robles might have done with that ball, I don't think anyone was expecting him to just drop it in like that at the back post.
No, I think he surprised Justin Dillon, who was in the right spot, but just didn't know the ball was going to be at his feet.
Brofheid shielded off the ball by Daly and commits a free kick trying to get the ball back. Pardon me, commits a foul. Tacoma free kick, I should say. And Brofheid just going to get a bit of a talking to.
I think he's trying to claim that Daly and Dillon bumped into each other. Which, while it might be true, center referee's already made that call.
Well, Brofheid looks satisfied enough with whatever Malik Badawi, our center referee, has said to him. Here's Hagart. Tall order for Hagart tonight, by the way, as this ball finds itself to Andre Lima. Haggart, the lone academy player in tonight's starting 11. Of course, Tacoma not afraid to play its youth, but on a night like this, he's pretty much acting as the lone six, and that is a big ask from Chris Littledave.
He's been calm out there. His ability to read the game and dribble through traffic is what's earned him this call today, and he played well earlier this week against New Mexico.
That is Haggart right there, getting the touch inside. He draws the free kick on advantage. Dillon, Haggart has stayed down. Justin Dillon from long range is going to have a go. And there won't be anything in that one, but Chris Haggart just poleaxed as he taps that ball inside. Brave play and a clever play to set Tacoma in on goal like that. I don't know if Edson Brofheid's a field medic, but he's saying something to the young player, who is back on his feet. Here's another look at it, Dave.
Brilliant ball, and yeah, it looks like Haggart didn't know that that arm was right there in front of him when he spun and moved. Went into it hard. Now he's up and sprightly again. The advantage of being 17, I guess.
Well, Edson Brofheid that, his second free kick in a matter of minutes. He'll have to be cautious. Meanwhile, they picked up Buana. Buana dancing a bit. Gone off the ball from Brofheid, and a goal given. And Walla Buana wanted more there, but it looks like he and Brofheid are able to laugh about it. Well, Brofheid's laughing at least. Looks like Buana is too. You like to see it, Dave.
At this point, Brofheid's given a hug to half of the Defiance team after he's fouled them, so.
I don't think there was too much in that last one. We'll play 1 minute of stoppage time. It's cold out there, Dave. These guys just trying to stay close so they can conserve some body heat.
It's all been friendly. It's after the call. We have 1 minute of stoppage time, was shown by the fourth official. That Los Dos El Paso Locomotive game is in 2 minutes of stoppage time at this moment.
Haggart fans it to the far side. Bert Gilroy is there. Gone ahead for Buana. DeMar Phillips has the inside line. Turns him off the ball, but isn't fouled. Buana cuts it back to the touchline. Buana, low cross! Still loose. Bert Gilroy's effort turned aside by Jermaine Taylor, and that is how we'll end the first half. Tacoma Defiance nearly beat down the door for a second goal. They go into the break up just 1-0. But what an exciting end to the first 45, Dave.
Yeah, Coach Chris Little will be very ecstatic about what happened there. That's some grit and effort by Buana. Alert play where there was no call, so he just continued in on goal.
Well, it is 1-0 at the break. The numbers, Dave, what do they mean? We'll let you know as far as the playoff picture is concerned when we return after this on ESPN+.
glancing header, and he gets it off.
What this club is trying to do is offer a real sense of community.
But it's all about the process. Make sure you're doing little things right. We have a really strong locker room, and everybody really wants to do well for the club.
Good afternoon, people. This is a big day. This is a big deal for us. This is a win for the community.
Take a shot on goal with a cross and a fantastic save. Good shot for Blackwood.
We've been averaging, between, I would say, 10 and 12,000 a game.
Loud, boisterous, 10,000, 12,000, and they love us, and we love them just as much. I mean, it's a reciprocal relationship at all times.
Hurls and scores! Oh, Seguro!
Well, we never thought that we would grow this fast.
Akil Moshobani! He did it again!
Because, it sometimes seems too good to be true, but it's not. It's been pretty unbelievable, and it's been done better than I ever dreamt of, to be honest.
Jaden Nelson is shot and saved again by Giuliano Chache.
This is a club for New Mexico, by New Mexicans.
And I don't think that we're done yet. It's just getting started.
Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here in Tacoma, Washington. It is halftime on match day 34 for Tacoma Defiance. They lead 1-0 over Austin Bold FC at the break. Hello, welcome back in on ESPN Plus. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark for you here. Dave, obviously this, a big scoreline here. Austin in the playoffs, but still hoping that they might be able to host or even potentially get out of that play-in game next Wednesday.
Yeah, so those other scores around the league are quite important tonight. They're paying particular attention to Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2, against El Paso Locomotive. Currently, Los Dos are leading that one 1-0.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of those other scores as we get them called up on screen for you here. It is a big night of action around the league. And that San Antonio draw against Colorado Swing Spitbacks could be fortuitous. Well, maybe not for them, but for New Mexico United, who are up 1-0 over Las Vegas right now. They've actually moved into the final playoff spot and have bumped San Antonio out. Like you said, LA Galaxy 2 up 1-0 over El Paso, and then Orange County FC up 1-0 over Fresno. Let's take a look at the Western Conference standings, and this is, we have to say, how things stood when we went to commercial break. So we don't know if things may have changed the last couple minutes.
Yeah, that San Antonio score is live and active right now. New Mexico is also playing. Austin is looking at 8th. They are going for that win. They can leapfrog both El Paso Locomotive and Sacramento. That avoids the play-in round. That's going to be key for a team that's trying to make a playoff run.
Absolutely, and like we have been talking about, right, those 7-8 seeds will host the 9 and 10 seed, not respectively 7, 10, 8, 9. You understand what I'm saying. But there's a lot going on, and it's been a very interesting 45 minutes in the USL, to be sure. Let's take a look at some of the other big storylines that have gone on in this week rather than the past 45 minutes around the USL Championship.
Yeah, it's been a busy week. The playoffs start Wednesday, October 3rd. You can watch them on ESPN+. That's the play-in round. As we said, 7v10 in both conferences, 8v9, and then you're going to get fast and furious with the quarterfinals, semifinals, all of them on ESPN+. And it's huge because this year, again, ESPN, the networks, the linear networks, are going to be hosting the USL Championship game.
Absolutely. Our second story, Andrew Putna winning Save of the Week. And of course, we have to bring that up because, as you mentioned in our pregame segment, Dave, we have to think that Trey Muse has a pretty good shot. But here's Putna for Real Monarchs.
Putna with a brilliant save from distance.
You said it all, Dave.
Taking that shot from about 28 yards out doesn't give Putna a lot of opportunity, particularly with that power behind it. A nice little tip save there for the Monarchs keeper.
Absolutely. And of course, our final story, we wanted to say tonight at the top of the show that it's the last day of the USL Championship regular season, but that wouldn't be true. There is one match tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Is it Eastern or Pacific tomorrow?
It's Pacific for the 2:30.
2:30 Pacific tomorrow. Birmingham Legion and forgive me as we're going.
The Pittsburgh Riverhounds. We've been Riverhounds fans since the Dog of Defiance. They've only got one loss since July 7th. That gives them the perfect opportunity with a win to take the Eastern Conference regular season title. Obviously, Phoenix Rising wrapped up the West a long time ago. But the East has been a battle between Nashville, Pittsburgh, and a handful of others. Nashville currently sits number 1. Pittsburgh Riverhounds, with a win, will take over that 1 seed.
Right you are. Well, that's what's going on around the USL Championship. We'll take a break and return at some of the action from the first half here on ESPN+.
You buy with it?
Frisco Freeze, probably, considering we're pulling in there right now.
Timing.
Yeah, probably Frisco Freeze.
$20. What would I do with $20? To be honest, I'd probably go get some food.
So this is an old spot? Like, what's the story behind?
This is like an old Tacoma, like, place where people would go after, like, the prom.
I like it.
Yeah.
We got Sundays and shit.
This is a classic.
It's good.
Say no more.
Hey man, how's it going? We're gonna have what you guys want? Double cheeseburger, double cheeseburger, double cheeseburger.
So 3 of them.
And shrimp witch. Anything to drink, gentlemen?
Vanilla milkshake, please.
Vanilla milkshake.
Get a sip of that.
Butterscotch milkshake.
Butterscotch milkshake. Strawberry milkshake. And I think that will do it.
All right, so
are you guys comfortable?
Oh yeah, super
nice
comfortable.
car, right? We could fit a lot more players in here. Yeah,
I really like it.
We could fit our whole family in here.
I don't think that's a double cheeseburger.
Oh, that's a shrimp witch if I've ever seen one. All right, there's the shrimp witch, Tacoma. Highly recommended.
Butterscotch is nice.
Is it?
There's vanilla.
Have you guys ever been to Tacoma Art Museum?
No.
I've never been.
Rumor is they have an open studio right now. You guys want to go check it out?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Come on.
We'll go get our art on.
Perfect.
So we're here in Tacoma Art Museum's open studio, and we are going to do portraits of the player or person across from us. I will be drawing Alex, he'll be drawing me, Danny will be drawing Alec, and vice versa. Good luck, gentlemen.
Welcome back into Cheney Stadium here on ESPN+. Tacoma Defiance leads 1-0 over Austin Bold FC through 45 minutes. Andrew Harvey alongside Dave Clark for you here as we get set for the start of the second half. And Dave, before we get too far into unpacking it, let's take a look at that goal from Azriel Gonzalez that put Tacoma on top.
Here you see that run by Hangwala Buana, that solid pass right into the dangerous area. That's where you want it. Azriel Gonzalez alertly picks it up and slots it in.
Yeah, just a tidy finish.
It's that cutback, which is really something that the organization tries to emphasize, both from their wingers and their fullbacks, rather than the more traditional cross, something low at the feet and from short range.
Like we said, the fourth goal of the season for the young man, as it looks like we're going to see a substitution to bring on Thomas Deviardi. Pardon me. We'll see who he comes for as we begin the second half.
Azriel Gonzalez has played 4 games since coming back from injury. He has 2 goals and 1 assist in that short stretch.
And he'll be on for Valeri Saramutin. So the halftime change for Austin Bold. Dave, what did you make of Saramutin's first half?
He wasn't one of the difference makers. Like, if I had to point out the players that I thought were playing quite well, Tamusi, Baez, DeMar Phillips in defense. So it's interesting. Bold know that they have to win in order to get out of that play-in round and give them that full week off of rest. So making that change is an indication they're pushing for a goal and then another.
As things currently stand, they will host LA Galaxy 2 in the play-in round on Wednesday. We will, of course, keep you updated as the second half progresses. The whistle from Malik Badawi has us back underway. Austin Bold in white, moving from right to left here on your screen. They find McFarland. Back for Baez. And back to McFarland. He chops it against Gonzalez. His cross headed away by Hines. And a free kick given on advantage.
Jesse Daly with the universal hand gesture of, I don't know what happened.
Well, Andre Lima, you can see there he's changed his boots. Must not have liked the purchase he was getting. It's Baez. He's gone low. That one's gone off the post. Well, how about that free kick?
That was a brilliant low ball.
Tacoma not out of the woods yet. Second ball swung in. Okugo comes for it. Buana going up for it alongside DeMar Phillips.
Here we see the replay. Again. Just powerful, potent ball. And 3 Austin Bold players there to pick up a rebound that they didn't expect to see.
Yeah, Trey Muse might be taking that right post home with him as a good luck charm if this result holds. A big save and a very, very kind redirect to keep it from falling for an on-rushing Austin player.
Your attention, please, before the start of the second half. Austin Bold FC has made their first change of the match. Leaving the match, number 27, Valeri Saramutin, replaced by number 21, Thomas Deviardi.
Deviardi. Daly's gone down there. He's claiming he was elbowed by Lima. You can see him cradling his head.
And once he got the friendly tap that the call went your way, he was up rather quickly.
Funny how that works. Dillon charging down Ramirez, can't get there. Here's Brofheid, he's turned it over. Daly, gone ahead for Buana. Buana tried to drop it into the back post. Gonzalez gives chase. But so does McFarland. Thrown in toward Okugo. Looking into space. Tumasi. And to harass Burke Gilroy. Searching ball, headed away from Atwa-Ene. As far as Phillips, pardon me, McFarland, I should say. Daviartes, header's gone wide.
And he just got the free header, couldn't quite come around on that ball, left unmarked in between Rogers and Burt Gilroy there.
Well, you know, you can tell from the body language he knows he needs to do better there. Tumasi. Okugo. Here's DeMar Phillips. Daviardi. Tumasi laying that ball in. Atwa-Ene is there. He's got Lima in the middle. Drops it back post. McFarland running onto it. Lays it back for Baez. He cuts to his left. Takes a right-footed shot. Trey Muse cabs it out of the air.
Jesse Daly sending Justin Dillon out on a horse to ride.
McFarland wants the return. Atwa-Ene goes inside. Baez for Phillips. Tumasi. McFarland here. Slices that one over the top. It comes away from him. Was hoping for Lima.
Ever Rubio with an unconventional dummy on that back pass. You don't normally want to dummy it to your own keeper.
Sort of had to with the pressure he was under, though. Trey Muse handling it pretty well once the ball got to him. Hagart up for Daly. Daly pushing it further wide for Buana. And the pressure pays off. Tacoma wins the throw-in. Okugo loses out on the challenge. Robles slides in as well, but won't get there. Jermaine Taylor flushes it forward. Here's Atwa-Ene. Wide looking for Tumasi. Cut out that time by Burt Gilroy. Daly turns and fires downfield, still squibs through for Buana. Buana onto his left and just never heard or saw the pressure coming from the left side. That's a missed opportunity. Buana picks his head up, goes straight downfield. Dillon likely would have been offside. And you're going to see a bit of this over the next 20 minutes or so, if I had to guess. Both these sides just going to try to probe the back line, that long Route 1 ball. Austin Bold know that to avoid the play-in, they need a win, and first they need an equalizer. Gone through for Jesse Daly. Daly looking for Dillon. Ramirez is wise to it.
Daly caught Dillon on the wrong foot. This is unusual. Those two tend to have a very good relationship both on and off the field.
News now from down in California. LA Galaxy 2 now leading 2-0 over El Paso Locomotive FC in the 55th minute. Buana down here. Remember, he was slow to get up after contact with DeMar Phillips in the first half. Robles, a clever turn from him. He's picked out Gonzalez. Gonzalez slicing in here. Cross is blocked out for a corner. Buana for the in-swinger. Drives that ball in. And Austin does enough to clear their lines. Here's Tomasi. Thinking about playing quickly, and look at him eat up pitch. Tried to go to the right side to find Atwa Ene. It might still fall for him here. He's still onside. Daviardi calling for it at the back post. Ball takes him wide. Phillips drives in here. Lima's gone for goal, and Muse catches it cleanly. You see the speed on that sequence, Dave, which Austin uses to just break downfield after they win the ball back on the corner. Atwa Ene, clever through ball there. Cut out by Rubio. McFarland racing forward. A touch to the byline and cannot keep it in play. It's out for a goal kick. Fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy.
Justin Dillon goes in late on that clearance. Called for the foul.
Tomasi fights off Burke Gilroy. Daviardi, low ball in, lifted away by Rogers. And Robles helps it out the far touchline for an Austin Bold throw-in. McFarland's ball. Tomasi turns, fires, and Trey Muse once more! Heroics on the midweek. Heroics here on the weekend for Trey Muse.
That was an excellent catch, too. Both hands fully extended.
Austin not delaying. They're going to make their second change. Here comes George Acosta to replace Edson Brofide.
Your attention, please. In the 60th minute of the match, Austin Bold FC will make their second change. Leaving the match, number 3, Edson Brofide. Replaced by number 16, George Acosta.
So Austin, knowing the score, knowing the situation, and knowing that to dodge the play-in round, they need a win. Look like they're going to shift to 3 at the back here.
Yeah, and this is just 5 appearances now for Acosta and 101 minutes played. So a lot of responsibility resting on the youngster.
Daviardi over to McFarland. Atwa Ene. And it's gone out. Chris Hagert running his man off the ball there. I think there's some confusion about whether or not the ball is in play. The referee assures us that it is. Baez, the long ball downfield. Hagert in there against Daviardi. And Daviardi is going to see the first yellow card of the match. No complaint from the Austin Bold player. Anytime you wrap your arms around a player from behind, you kind of know what you're doing. And that will lead to Tacoma's first substitution of the night. They will bring on Shannon Hopia to replace Handwala Bwana.
Yellow card, Austin Bold Football Club.
Bwana just over an hour here for Tacoma. But you have to say he made a pretty big impact with that assist on the Azrael Gonzalez opening goal. Lima's got it here. The overlap for Baez. His cross blocked. Still might fall in for Lima. Jesse Daly shovels it out of play along the far side.
Replaced by number 37, Shannon.
Andre Lima getting in Jesse Daly's face, but Jesse Daly hasn't backed down from anybody else this year. He's not going to do it from Andre Lima despite the size difference.
Hines tried to carry past Atwa Ene. Lima gone down the line. That's a well-weighted ball. Nick Hines sticks the shoulder in, beats him back. Trey Muse is going to be under some pressure. And considering the hard charging, Daviardi just puts it out the far touchline.
Wisely lofted too, just gives Tacoma time to get back and set their own lines.
A mighty heave from Trey Muse out to midfield. Burke Gilroy pushes it forward, and Hopiau's first involvement is drawing a free kick.
Center referee had his choice as to which foul to call on that incident, as both Hopiau and Burke Gilroy were dropped at the same time.
Burke Gilroy has remained down. The Australian looks game to continue. Rogers almost giving it away there. Here's Atwaene. His shot does not come off the way he wants. Pardon me, it was Tumasi who had the ball fall to him at the far side. And Austin will exhaust their substitutions before the 65th minute is up. Chris Turpak, 8 goals, 4 assists on the season. We'll check in as Francis Atwaene heads out.
Of the match, Austin Bowl Football Club will make their final change of the match. Leaving the match, number 10, Francis Atwaene. Replaced by number 14, Chris Turpak.
It's been a physical match, but for the most part, it's been a friendly one, Dave. You think about the hugs that Brafide was handing out in the first half, but the longer this match stays close like this, you have to imagine it's going to require more and more of a bite, particularly with what's on the line for Austin Bold FC. Daly up the line looking for Hopiau, who will settle for the throw. 67th minute. And now he will leave it for Burke Gilroy. Thrown toward Dillon. And Hopiau can't prevent it from going out, but does tuck it out for the throw-in rather than the goal kick.
That's actually a win on that play by Shannon Hopiau. A smart little move that allows Tacoma to maybe force a turnover deep.
Well, Tacoma bailing Austin Bold out there. To Daviardi, looking to test the back line. Chris Hagert. Sometimes it's the 6, Dave, you're the hammer, and sometimes you have to be the nail. He's been the nail more recently.
Yeah, they have been.
Ooh. And another bad foul at midfield, just an unnecessary hit from Tomasi there. Ball had gone away. And that frustration you can see as the gathering starts to happen, that little huddle that can so quickly turn into a scrum.
Center backs Ever Rubio and Sam Rogers pulled Higgert and Daly away. See Danny Robles giving an example of the foul being to his chin.
After all that, Tacoma just restarts short. Hines. Pressing forward is Nick Hines. He could be in here. Space for a cross. It's knocked away.
With Buana out, you'll see Danny Robles with the service.
Third corner of the match for Tacoma. Low ball in, easily dealt with at the near post. And it's been a problem this season as here comes Acosta looking to play quickly. It's tucked out of play by Burt Gilroy.
You said it was going to get feistier, and you have been correct.
70th minute, free kick here for Austin Bold FC. Javier Baez gonna take it from that far alley. Has about 8 options inside the penalty area. Baez drops it in right along the middle. Escorted out the far side. And Akugo setting up quickly for the throw-in. Phillips. Early ball from Phillips. Was looking for the head of Turpak. And shuffled clear by Jesse Daly. Daly has been battling there in the midfield, and he is down behind the run of play now. Tomasi looked like he landed on him after the Australian slid to play the ball out to the near side. There's center back and captain Sam Rogers asking how many it's going to take. I've certainly served as a center referee enough times to know that that's pretty much always the question that gets asked.
Attention please in the 73rd minute of the match. Tacoma Defiance will make their second change. Leaving the match, number 38, Rafael Gonzalez.
Tacoma Defiance going to make their second substitution here. Marlon Vargas coming on, Azrael Gonzalez coming off. And Gonzalez certainly hoping his teammates will be able to see out the job that he started back in the 21st minute when he tapped in a ball from Henwala Buana, Dave.
Yeah, passing it to a fellow teenager there with Marlon Vargas. Ate up a lot of time without getting a warning, which Coach Chris Little will be appreciative of.
Quickly back underway with that free kick. And a whistle going against Austin Bold inside the penalty area. Tough to make out in the melee who was who. And Vargas be upset his teammate committed the foul there. Thought he could have been through. Boy, it is taking a while for this free kick to get taken. First, the ball was moving. Second time, I think it might have still been a little bit as well. And now Austin Bold gonna send everyone forward as Ramirez just plays it short.
Bold trying to play with the referee there with the emotions, emphatically slowing down the restart.
An update from elsewhere around the league. New Mexico United are in. They finished 2-0 winners over Las Vegas Lights FC and will enter the playoffs as the 10 seed. Here's Hines up the far sideline. He's dispossessed by Acosta. Forward for Baez. And further still for Tumasi. McFarland making the long overlapping run. He won't be rewarded though. Now it's McFarland. Immediate cross. Finds Tierpak. And Jesse Daly happily heads it outside the penalty area. Robles was hoping that he might be able to start a fast break after he got a foot in front of that pass from Jermaine Taylor. No such luck, and now Austin Bold win a free kick. '76th minute. Still just one goal in this contest, though not for lack of trying by either one of these sides. Baez, who's taken most of the set pieces, standing over this ball. Acosta, Taylor there as well. You have to think that Taylor might want to venture forward. He's a pretty tall target. Wall's getting a talking to here.
Justin Dillon kind of tossed a Bold player aside, so
Taylor takes his place in the wall. Baez goes for goal, another bouncing ball, and this one drops in for Trey Muse. Well, just as much placement from Baez to slide it through all those bodies, like his first free kick, but that one not as much of a challenge. Here's Hopiau at a full gallop. Low cross, and it's converted. Tacoma lead 2-0, and Marlon Vargas as the man who's done it in the 78th minute. When you come on as a substitute, Dave, you always want to make an impact. Well, Vargas subbed on 5 minutes ago, and he's bagged Tacoma's second goal. Here it is again.
Sub to sub, Shannon Hopiau on that right flank. Another just straight across the mouth of the goal to the far post for Marlon Vargas to bury easily.
Vargas' second goal of the year. And it comes at a huge moment for Tacoma. who will be much more comfortable trying to see out these final 12 minutes plus stoppage of play with a 2-goal lead.
Defiance,
Shannon Hopial moves into the Defiance co-lead with Nick Hines with 4 assists on the season.
Here's Vargas. He's picked up Daly. Daly's gone for goal. Oh, what a strike! 3-0. Tacoma Defiance soaring here at Cheney Stadium.
The Cheney Stadium DJ didn't even have time to reset the music.
Just picked up right where he put the track down. Take another look. That ball from Vargas and Daly just so composed. Last Saturday, Dave, Tacoma, 2 goals in the span of 2 minutes in stoppage time. They've done it a little bit earlier tonight.
We were talking about substitutes. Is that Vargas now with a goal and an assist in about 5 minutes of play?
He's pulling off a classic Danny Robles.
Defiance, Jesse.
Free kick conceded to Turpak and Austin Bold. McFarland jumps over Vargas, looking for Turpak back post. Bert Gilroy also there to get a header on it. Here's Acosta. Daviardi calling for it at the 18. A lot of loft on that ball. McFarland brings it down but loses it on a second touch. Now up to Robles. Tries to cut behind Baez, just run off the ball. Good defending. Lima hoping to link up with Daviardi.
They were 2-on-1 and Lima just decided to go for the cute play rather than keep it down and low.
Here's Acosta. Wide for McFarland. McFarland looking for Turpak. Daviardi heads it down. Lima inside the box. A massive pile over the ball. It's converted by Turpak. 3-1. Just a huge pile up. And 2 players remain down. Lima as well as Ever Rubio. Going to call on the trainers, but the goal has been given.
Muse didn't even dive to stop that. I think he had expected play to be called.
Well, there's a reason that you're trained to play to the whistle. Here it is again.
Right there.
And also in Muse's defense, with the way that pile was arranged at the 6, I don't think he could see the ball.
No, I don't think he could see the ball, and I think you could say that it was rendered unplayable for a period of time when it was stuck between 4 men's legs that were lying on the ground.
So Lima has gotten back to his feet. Rubio has not. There's another angle.
was a good snap header, but right there the ball gets lost for Trey Muse, and he just stops.
Yeah, you can just see that Rubio kind of twists a little bit, and the whole body weight of Andre Lima comes down on him. Turpak with the heads-up play to finish that ball. And Rubio back on his feet now. He'll come off under his own power.
Austin Bolt FC first goal scored by number 19, Chris Chirpet.
And now Rubio off at midfield for a jogging pace, and Tacoma going to go for their final change. They'll bring on Herbert Robinson to replace Daniel Robles.
And as you see it, Andre Lima was off and gave a little high five there to Ever Rubio, just to let him know there was no intent on that.
Just two big bodies battling for a ball. So 3-1. Have to imagine that stoppage will add a little bit of time here when we hit the 90th minute. Both sides have exhausted all of their substitutions. Here's Robinson out wide. His cross comes behind Marlon Vargas and goes out the far side.
A lot more pace on that one than his fellow attacking players really wanted to see.
Big ball into space. Daviardi gives chase. His cross will come behind McFarland, comes behind everyone, in fact. Be kept in by Baez at the far sideline. Up for Acosta. Floated ball for Turpak, too long for him. We're going to see Tacoma get to the game management phase of the evening. They have a 2-goal lead, but Austin has scored. They don't want to give them another goal and give them a chance to get back in this. A draw would not do anything for Austin Bold as far as the standings are concerned. They need a win to move up.
Defiance will want to stick to that 1 goal given up, too. While it's not a clean sheet, there's still a lot of success for a team that can only give up a single goal a game, as they've done for essentially the past 5 matches.
I believe it is Hopiau who is on the deck currently for Tacoma. Clambers back to his feet. Jermaine Taylor over the restart. Lofts that ball. Lima spins, lets it ride. Daviardi tries to bring it down. He fires into traffic. It's blocked. Daly gets a foot to it, and it's rallied away by Rubio. McFarland hoping to victimize Marlon Vargas there. Pretty good stab with the ball. Draws the free kick. Not a bad move. Chris Hagert. Yeah, instant yellow card for delaying the restart of play, as he is booked in the 88th.
Generally, if you want to delay the restart, you actually want to delay the restart too, if you're going to get that yellow. Waste more than 3 seconds.
Every yellow card has a transactional cost. Got to be willing to pay it. Baez's ball swung in. Rogers heads it out. Robinson is there. Finds Vargas. Vargas a touch into space. And gone down the line for Robinson, who gallops. He stabbed at it but didn't get there. And that kind of cost him. And he kept his run. He might have beaten Okugo there. Here's Acosta. Looking over the top. Nice header on from Lima. Terpak's upended. And that drawing the quick yellow card as well.
Neither coaching staff will be happy with the fouling play here at the end of the match.
Your attention, please, in the 89th minute of the match. Yellow card issued to Tacoma Defiance number 33.
So Rogers is booked. And now another promising set piece. Baez sizing it up. This is almost exactly where he took that last one in the middle. Chips it up this time. Headed inside. And Shannon Hopiau just decides to concede the corner. Time Tacoma's friend now. And we're told that we can expect 4 minutes of stoppage time. Baez teed up for the in-swinger. Center referee, Malik Badawi, trying to quell the shenanigans inside the penalty area.
Did you say shenanigans?
I did say shenanigans. Baez's ball. A lot of activity inside. A lot of bodies on the deck as well. Hagart gives chase to the far sideline. Goes up to Vargas. He's dispossessed under pressure. And it's turned over to Dillon. Dillon turns into space, being closed down by Acosta. Dillon racing forward. He squares that ball. Hopiau blocked. Hopiau once more. Blocked again. A pair of phenomenal stops from Taylor. Daly still wide for Dillon. He's gone for the near post and can't get there. Well, that would have put it to bed. Give and go for Robinson. Robinson looking for Dillon! And it's on the outside of the net. Well, Tacoma not letting up in the late goings, Dave.
No, they are young and hungry. Brilliant ball to send Robinson into space. And this time he waits the ball quite well. Dillon just tries to get the hockey redirect and doesn't get the correct angle.
Robinson concedes the throw. Acosta going for Terpak. Headers wide. Fans, you can continue to enjoy the USL on ESPN through the 2022 season. The USL is excited to announce that the Championship and League One will remain with the leader in sports for 3 more years. ESPN Plus will continue to be the home of all things USL, and at least 19 games a year will be featured on the ESPN family of networks, including 9 games on ESPN Deportes. Continue to follow, support, and watch your club on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Well, we enter the 3rd minute of stoppage time here at Cheney Stadium. Tacoma Defiance up 3-1 against Austin Bold FC, who need a win to escape the play-in round coming up on Wednesday. Tumasi wins the corner. Takes it quickly. Gone for Lima. Leaping header from Rubio, clears it though. Only as far as Baez. He floats in another ball. Daviardi, he gets a header to it. Lima for goal. It's gone wide. What action here at Cheney Stadium.
Burt Gilroy down a little bit. He's got a limp, so it's not necessarily just time wasting. He's got a real limp. Sam Rogers is calling all the Defiance players further up the pitch.
It's that ball just past midfield. Dillon gets a header to it. Okugo pressing forward. Another long ball up to Lima. Flick on header. Daviardi sets it through here. Tomasi dispossessed in a timely fashion from Burke Gilroy. It's gone out for a deep throw. Glance at the watch from referee Malik Badawi. McFarland's long throw. Header one Defiance. Falls for Lima. His shot's blocked. McFarland teeing up another long throw. And that one into the hands of Trey Muse. Tacoma Defiance off of a huge performance and 2 goals in 2 minutes in the second half. Walk off 3-1 winners on the final match of the season here at Cheney Stadium. From Defiance, Dave, apart from that goal they've conceded, this may be one of their most complete performances of the year.
Yeah, these last 5 games here, 5 undefeated, 3 wins, 2 draws. The win on the road to Fresno, playoff team here in Austin Bold that they beat at home. On the road to New Mexico, a playoff team, one of those draws. These final 5 matches have shown a lot of promise for Tacoma Defiance and a lot for Chris Little to know that he can build on.
And how about the performance from Marlon Vargas, subbing on in the 73rd minute. And by the time 6 minutes have gone by, he's got a goal, got an assist. And what turned out to be a critical goal as well. It's the game winner after Chris Turpak pumped one in the 82nd minute. Well, the table is set, and the play-in round for Wednesday is ready to go. Sacramento Republic will host New Mexico United. Austin Bold finish as the 8th spot. They will host Los Dos. Official times, of course, will be announced on the USL Championship website. You'll be able to find all that information there. So still more to go for Austin Bold, but they're going to have to work hard to rebound from what was a frustrating night on the pitch for them.
But the good news is, at least if you're going to be in that play-in round, you're hosting, you're at home, you're in that comfort of your own bed, and you've got the home crowd behind you.
Well, Tacoma Defiance, one last time in 2019, celebrating in front of the home support. And like you said, they end their season on a huge note. 3 wins, 2 draws, no losses over their last 5. A building block for 2020. We will see. But there is plenty to be confident about and lots of reason to smile down here in the South Sound. We'd like to thank you for joining us here all year long at Cheney Stadium. It's been our pleasure to have you up here in the booth with us, as well as on behalf of James Riley, I'll say that he couldn't be here tonight. But Dave, another great year of working with you, sir, and I look forward to the future.
Yeah, it's been a fun year to see essentially these boys become men on the field in front of us. And they'll be doing some autographs for the entire team rather than the 3 or 4 that you see in the concourse as usual here at Cheney Stadium.
Absolutely. But thank you so much on behalf of all of our crew down here at Cheney Stadium. From the City of Destiny, Tacoma, Washington, your final score, Tacoma Defiance 3, Austin Bold 1. I am Andrew Harvey saying so long. Thank you for joining us here on ESPN Plus, and we hope to see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.